Welcome to another episode of The Unconditional Life. I'm Johnny.
I'm John.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We really appreciate it. Hey, John, let me ask you a quick question. Why do you care?
Boy, it's interesting that you asked me that. Literally, in the last few days, I've been up in the mountains, and I was talking to a friend of mine about our podcast and this whole concept of love first, choosing love and choosing from love. And he said, well, why do you care so much? And when we talked about this on the way to the studio today, so that I don't steal any of your thunder, I want you to tell me why you care so much.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it's similar, but I don't want to take anything away. So,
well, for me, it's pretty simple. I learned a long time ago that that the dark things around us are going to try their hardest to be there. The things that drive us crazy or what we would consider and call evil, I guess, they have no problem taking action. And that's why you see more of it in the news and everything like that. And it's just all around us constantly.
Truth.
So I decided, or I heard a long time ago, and it really hit home with me, is that the world has a ton of good people in it. Just amazing, amazing people that do nothing.
True.
I don't want to be one of those people. I think I'm a good person by my own standards, I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm sure we all battle with that from day to day, if we're good or bad or whatever. I think I'm a good person. And with the gifts and abilities that I have, I think one of the best ways, and honestly, financially, one of the cheapest ways for me to start making an immediate difference was to just start letting people hear my thoughts. And the best place I could do that with what I have available to me was with a podcast. Ultimately, I'd love to at some point have a book out there that people really can benefit from and do stuff.
Love that.
But
That's how I feel.
I've had thoughts and feelings my whole life that I haven't done anything with, and I think it's about time that stops. It's not that there's any specific person that I'm doing this for. It's not like I care about you, so that's why I'm going to go and do this. But just to give you an example, whoever hears and aligns to some of the stuff we say, we are making a difference.
Absolutely.
I have a good friend of mine who told me recently that tuning into one of my episodes made a huge difference in his life. And the fact that, maybe he's going to stick around for a little bit longer.
I love that.
Which was a really cool experience for me.
I love that, yeah.
And if nothing else happens, that's enough,
Hell yeah.
But also, it's part of who I am. I've always been somebody who's been outspoken. A lot of it's uncontrolled outspokenism. I don't know if I just created a phrase, but they tried to medicate me a lot when I was a kid, gave me all that ADD stuff. But ultimately, I think the best version of myself is original flavor.
Yep.
And my original flavor is just somebody who talks, but I actually realized recently that I have something to say. So talking's become a lot more fun.
I love that.
So that's one of the main reasons I care.
I love that. That's so cool.
Care,
one of my favorite quotes that's always rang in my ears, and I probably give all the credit to my grandparents, and I don't know for sure that they said it because I was little. I just remember it from little, but all that it takes for evil to triumph is for good men and women to do nothing. And I think a lot of us run around pointing at the poo on the field when all it takes is one person to pick it up and get it.
Don't step there.
Yeah.
Don't step there.
I read a book about that, and all of a sudden in the middle of the soccer game, some dad goes and gets a garbage bag and removes the poo. And I'm not saying we got the answers to remove all the poo, but somebody's got to talk about it. This conversation's got to be had. I feel like you do. God gave me a mouth, and I've never been afraid to use it. I've always felt this in the world, that there's something missing. And why not us? Why not now? When the world is so in turmoil with what's going to go wrong next and what's already wrong and who to vote for, I still just believe in this silly little thing called love. And I do believe it's the ultimate antidote for everything. I I just watched one of my favorite movies, Open Range, with Robert Duvall.
That's an awesome movie.
And he turns to his nephew in that movie and he says, boy, don't ever measure wealth with money. And I look around, especially here in America, where allegedly we can choose everything we want. And I look at how unhappy people are. Divorce is at a 50% rate. We don't have tons of money. We're safe and comfortable. But you know what? I look at the level of mutual respect that I have in my marriage, the way we do things, and I wonder why people aren't talking about that more, because it's possible, but I don't see people living it. How come my brothers, I'm speaking about men in general, are 3 to 4 times more likely to stick a pistol in their mouth than women? Because we don't talk. That's why I care. I'm not afraid to talk.
Yeah.
And I hope that maybe, just maybe, one of you will start to talk so you don't. We need you here. This is part of the journey. And it can be bereft with pain and opportunities to grow. But the pain is only temporary. The suffering is something you choose. Things hurt, and then you can decide to suffer over them or not.
Let them go.
And that's, I just told Dan, because I can't not care. I can't not care. I don't understand how people aren't more like what we're talking about. Well, it seems a natural inclination for us to want to be happy, generous, kind, loving people on purpose, compassionate.
Yeah. By choice.
And we're taught everything but that.
Yeah. I think you see the world a lot like I do.
I know we do, yeah.
I don't see us as individual people on their individual journeys. There is that aspect to us. We all have our own path that we're taking. I get that. But I see humanity as one entity. I don't see us as I'm over here and you're over there. John, you're a part of me. I see that as we're a part of each other.
I believe we are.
We're drawn to each other, and love does that. It's like you have your body. There's over 100 trillion cells in your body, John.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a ton of cells, right? All working in harmony to produce the physical thing you see right in front of us. We are 8 billion pieces of cells that create the body of humanity. That's how I see us, all working in harmony to create the result that is the world we're experiencing right now.
Love that.
So if I didn't care, that means I'm okay with the product we're producing right now. I'm not okay with the product we're producing
I love that. Me neither.
I think that we have it within us to be unconditionally loving to each other, without fear of what people are going to think or how that looks or what people will say. I do believe that. Now look, if you have an injury on your body, are you going to sit there and judge that finger because you got it wedged in a door or something and now it's broken? Are you going to sit there and judge, or are you going to go heal, body, heal? Let my body heal. That's what I see in humanity. Whenever I see anybody that doesn't, or that isn't doing something the way I think that should be done, or my opinions get in the way or whatever, I realize that's just a broken finger on the body. Am I going to really sit here and judge that finger and act like it's not part of my hand? Or am I going to try to heal my finger and try to figure out, see, this is my opportunity. This is my medical table. This is where I try to come in and fix what I can, or at least do my part.
Got myself crying, sorry, folks.
And trying to fix and feel what I notice out there that and it's not me and my opinions that I'm not okay with looking out there. I see a genuine common issue that people all recognize as something we don't want, but we're still choosing.
Oh, and you only have to have a conversation with a couple people to know the collective knows there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And I get tired of just hearing people complain about it. I was going to use a different word. Complain about it with no solution. And then and all that ever happens is, well, it's Donald Trump's fault, or it's Joe Biden's fault, or it's anybody's fault but mine. And I actually love and respect your number one statement for Karen today on the way down here, because I care that much too. Because I can't not say something.
Yeah.
I know that it's possible to have a freaking rockin' marriage. I know that it's possible to be authentic and connected and intimate with someone else. And yeah, it's scary as hell. It is, but it's worth it. Yeah. The world would tell you not to do that. The world tells men, don't show your emotions. Don't let them see that you feel. You got to have all the answers. What a crock of crap.
It really
What
is.
if we were taught that, yeah, we do have all the answers together? 8 billion of us, but no one of us has all the answers.
You know, there's only been a handful of people that have come here and shown the example in a way that everybody's like, that's perfect. Only been a couple, and everybody could probably name them all on their hand, so I'm not going to do it here. But there's only been a handful of people to do it perfectly, you know, or what shown the true example of what things should be like. But like, I'm somebody who likes to have my destiny in my own hands. And you look around us, you see all the stuff politically going on. Now it's really easy to sit back and go, if the economy wasn't this, if price of gas wasn't this, if medical care was this, you know, we can all point out all these different issues, and act like the victims of all these things going on to us. And yes, there is some of that we can't control immediately, but me doing this podcast with you, John, and talking about these things feeds into why I care, because this is my way of trying to take my destiny into my own hands.
Oh, I totally agree. This is also my way of saying I'm not okay. I'm not okay with the way we treat each other. I'm not okay with how divided society is. I'm not okay with divorce being at 50%. It doesn't have to be that way. There are ways to be more loving, more kind, more compassionate, instead of more competitive and more argumentative and more. And again, folks, we don't have all the answers here. We're actually hoping that you'll engage with us and help us find some of them. We just know.
If we're out to lunch on something, please let us know. That's what we hope to hear from you.
The reason we've got where we are is because we're open to the fact that we just might be a little bit crazy sometimes.
Well, and the simple thing is we're just talking about it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all this podcast is. It's us having a conversation about the things that we feel like could change the world to an ideal version that everybody could be happy with.
And, you know, based on the experience in my life, Johnny, and what just within my own marriage and my own relationships, I know that miracles are possible. I know it. I know that you can respond from a loving place. I know you can be kind.
Well, if we do that, miracles aren't just possible; they're probable.
Yeah.
You know, they change. You if you're already buzzing at that high vibration, be ready for some things you can't explain to start happening, because that's just the way life works. But
so that's my answer to my friend and to you all. I care because I want for you what I'm finding in my life, which is more depth in love, more peace in my heart. I read a cute little meme the other day. Actually, my wife posted it on Facebook. And it said, a man settles where he finds peace. Not money, not beauty, not success, but peace. And I have found peace, and I have settled with her and with my home and with my life. And I wish for all of us that we could find peace.
There's more that unites us than that divides us. We really appreciate you guys being with us.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much.